In this session, we're going to cover how to add test questions for both quizzes and exams. So start at training.morphlearning.com and log in with your username and password. If you need help finding that, give us an email at support@morphmedia.com. And we're going to click on Admin over on the right, and then we're going to click on Course Editor on the right. And we're actually going to go into an existing course and add some questions there so we don't have to spend time actually building a course. Go into Date of LE, so we're going to click on that. We have a topic here, so we'll click on the topic, and we have a content tab. So those are the three things that you have to do to have questions. So I'm going to back in again. So the three things you must have in order to add questions are the title, and then you need to have at least one topic, and click on that topic to open that up, and then you need to have at least one tab because you have to have some content in there. And then you can start adding questions. So add to questions is what you want to click. There's actually one question in here already. So we're going to click on add to questions, and now we're going to write our question. And so again, everything in the Morph platform moves to the left when you're not working on it. It's on the right when we are going to work on it. So we're going to write a test question, and we're going to okay, so now we have our question, and you want to be able to frame a question so it's understandable and easy to answer. We're going to add to choices, so we're going to add to choices next. But before we do that, I'm going to cover proficiencies. So here you see our proficiencies, and our proficiencies actually tie to each individual question. And so if this is a course or a question within a course that relates to your policies, then you would select that it's going to be weighted to policies and proficiencies. If this is a course on compliance, then you could also have it on compliance because it could be on compliance policies. If it covers a regulation, then you may have it also on a regulation. So you can have it cover multiple areas or just one. It's up to you. And if you want to add a new proficiency, then you're going to click down here where it says add to proficiencies. And we're going to put in here what the new proficiency is. So maybe we'll have sales, and then we're going to save that. And then we're going to go back to this question by clicking up here on the left. So it brings us back to that question. And then we're going to have our placement. So you can either place a question in just the quiz, so that just goes under that topic that's right there, or you can have it under just the exam, which is the exam at the end, or you can have it at both. So it's up to you, and we'll do a couple so I can show you what that looks like. So this is what we have on our question side, our choices. So next we're going to add to choices, and these are going to be the choices that they'll select when they are selecting an answer. So we have the question is, this is cool, do you think it's cool, what percentage of cool? So now we're going to give them the choices of percentage. So we'll put in 50%. Now you can add a hint to text, and that'll show up if they don't get the answer right. So if you want to give them a clue to help them with the answer, you can do that, or you can leave it blank. Now we're not going to have that correct, so we're going to add another choices. So we're going to go over here to the left, and we're going to click on add to choices. Now over here on the right, we are going to put in a new choice. So we're going to put in let's put in 75%, and we're going to say nope, that's not the right answer. We're going to add to another choice, and we'll put in 100%, and then we're going to put in a fourth choice. You can have as many choices as you want. Now we're going to do this just as an example. The system actually randomizes all of your answers. So if they go back and forth and take it over again, it's not going to be laid out where someone can tell them, oh, the answer is A or the answer is B. It randomizes questions, it randomizes answers, so they're not always going to get served up in the same way. They will get served up just in that particular topic if it's just a quiz, but on the exam, it could be one way one time and one way another time. So because of that, you'll want to put here all of the answers or all of those listed as your options if this is the correct answer, or if you want to put this as an answer. So just for the sake of this, we're going to put in yes, that is correct. Now we're going to save this, and we're going to go over here and we're going to put it in both the quiz and the exam. So we're going to do one more. So I'm going to go up here and click on actually this topic, so I'm going to stay in this topic here. So now you see what it looks like. So we have the title of our course. We have, actually we're going to go back to the beginning so I can show you. Okay, so this is what our course looks like on the right. So we have the title of our course, and we have our topics. And you have to have a topic in order to have a question. So you cannot have a question right up in here because this is just our intro part of our course. You actually have to have a topic in order to have a question. So we're going to open our topic by clicking on that. And then you also have to have a tab in order to have questions. So two things you have to have for questions. You have to have a topic and you have to have a content tab. You only need one, but then you can start building your questions. So we have those, so we're going to add another question. So we click on Add to Questions. And that's the new question. Now we're going to add to choices. This one. We're going to say no. We're going to add to choices that one. And we'll say no. And put in another one. This one. And we'll say no on that. We won't put an answer, a hint on that one. And then, and this is the one. So this is going to be correct. Okay, we're going to save it. Now we're going to decide on a proficiency. So we're going to put this under social or sales. Let's do that. And then we're going to put this under both as well. And we're going to save that. So this will come up on both the exam and the quiz. So let's go back and see what that looks like. So we'll click on our title of our course. Shows us our title, shows us our intro information here under the content tabs. Now we're going to go down to topic. We have a topic, so if we have a topic, we can have a question. We click on topic and open that up. And now we have a tab. In order to have a question, we also have to have a tab. So you need a topic, need a tab, then we can have questions. And you see what those questions look like. If you want to edit a question, you just click on the question, go in, and edit, and then click on the quiz and open it up under choices, and add and save. So now we're going to publish to make sure that we're live on this. So we're going to click back on the title and we're going to publish this. So that way all the changes that we've made will now be published. Okay, so now we're published. So now we're going to go into our admin and we're going to manage this test. And we do that under exams, only when there's a final. So if there's quizzes, the quizzes will automatically be placed in the quiz section. And actually, before we do this, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we're going to click over here on our logo on the left. We're going to click on courses. And let's actually see. Yes, so here is our course. And now we see there is an exam. And it says complete to unlock. And the reason why is because we have questions in our quiz under our topics. So this is our intro, but we need to actually get to our topic. So here's our topic, and it's on brokered loans, and this is our policy on brokered loans. And so now we're going to go in and we're going to take the quiz. So when you click on quiz, this is what you'll see. It'll be in the quiz. And we will go and click on this, and now it says when we typed in the hint what this is here. If they want more information, they click on more information, and this will actually take them back to the topic, to the content in that topic, so they can go back and read it from here. If not, they click on OK and they try again. So under the quizzes, they can actually take the quiz and answer it until they get it right. So now we're going to get it right. The difference is the timer. So it times down in the time they're taking, and then it also gives them points. And the idea is to be able to help them build their knowledge up, and also to be able to have it show you what their proficiencies are and where they need to build those. Sometimes this makes people nervous. They don't always like the timer because they're losing points and they want to get their points. That's the whole idea of the gamification, guys. It actually does engage people more in wanting to understand the content, wanting to do well on the quizzes. And so that's why it's there. It's the gamification principles, and it works. So that's one of the things to understand for your staff. So yes, so we have the correct answer. It's going to give them 72%, 72 points for that. That's not correct. If they want more information, they can go in and look at more information. Okay. That's not correct. That's not correct. I can't remember which one's correct. That one's correct. There, that one's correct. Now, if you do not select an answer that's correct, then the quiz is not going to work. And so sometimes if you're having problems, that's a troubleshooting item, is that you have to actually go in and make sure, and let's go back into the course editor, and let's go into this course, and we're going to go down to our topic. Click on topic. We've got our tab. So let's add a question here. And we're going to add just two choices here to make it simple. This one and that one. Now it doesn't matter if you don't have a proficiency, but it does matter that you have this. And actually, placement defaults to the quiz, so it'll always be placed in at least the quiz. But we don't have a default on a correct answer, so we're not going to select anything. And we're going to hit save. And then we're going to go back to the title and we're going to hit publish. And now it's published. So now we're going to go into the course. And we'll click on course. And we have the information for the intro. And we're going to go to our topic. And we're going to take a quiz. See how it counts down. Okay. And we'll end that one. Now, we don't have a correct answer in this, so they're not going to get a correct answer. So you want to make sure to test your questions, which you can as an administrator. You can override any course and go in and see the content. You don't have to go through and take it. But let's go back and correct this. So we'll go back into the date of the LE. I'm going to go down to our topic, and then let's see, this was the question and it randomized it. So we're going to make this the answer. So we're going to, this is the correct answer. And we're going to save that. And then we're going to go back and we're going to publish it. And then we're going to go in here and click on our courses. Okay, so now we've finished the quiz. So now I'm going to show you how to assign the exam. So here you see there's no final exam. That tells you the exam has not been assigned. So when we click on this, we see no final exam here at the end. Whereas if the exam has been assigned, then you will see here there's an exam. And the reason it says best exam is because the system always scores the best score for them. So if there's a minimum 70% that they have to pass, it will give them the 7% when they get the 70% on the final exam, and it'll issue their certificate of completion. However, if they don't get the 70%, then they can go in and take it again. Depends on how you set up the final exam. I'm going to show you how to do that. What we found is by allowing them to go back and to better their exam, and we put best exam and it always shows the high percentage, is that students are actually going back and retaking exams and compliance courses when they've already passed it. So they've gotten the minimum score of 70%, but then they've gone on and taken it again because they want to improve their score, because it shows in the elements of gamification. So again, that's the argument that gamification works, because people are actually wanting to go back and learn and improve their skills, and that's why we have the principles that we do of gamification within the system. They can also see their exam history here, so they can click on this and it tells them what their exam history is. And so, for example, on this, it looks like they scored a 0 on that one, so didn't do too well on that one. Let's see if I have one here. Here. So this gives us a score here that they've scored 0. That's how many times they've taken it. Haven't done well on it. Can't seem to get anything done. So those are the exams, and it shows you if they've taken it, what their best exam was, score, and then what their history was. So let's go and assign this exam now. So let's click on admin. We're going to go into exams, and then under exams we're going to find the course. So it's the Data Valley course, and we're going to click on, we're going to enable the exam. So the system defaults to a 70%. You can put it higher if you want. You can put it at 80%. You can also limit the number of attempts if you want. The system actually should default to not on there. We probably played around with this a little bit. And it'll show 1, but you see the X out here that it's not that. If we're going to limit, so we can limit it, say we'll limit it to 10 attempts. Then you can do that. The system automatically saved this, so it's not under the course editor where you have to save. The system automatically saves it. So now we're going to go back. We're going to look at our course. And now we see our exam. So let's see what it looks like in the course. So this is what it looks like in the course. So we've completed the quizzes, so now we can go on to the exam. And it has this verbiage, so let's begin. And I'm going to fail it first. Now you see, we only have 2 questions in there. We've completed the exam, but they failed it. So now they can go back and take it again. So this is the exam history. So it shows what we've done as far as the score and percentage. So they would go back in until they would complete this course. So that is how you create questions for both quizzes and final exams in the Morph platform. If you have any additional questions, please shoot us an email at support@morphmedia.com, and you can find out more information at www.morphmedia.com.